Hello students, welcome back to the continuity differentiability concept. Fine. In the last part, we already learned about a continuity of a function, means how the function will be continuous. In this particular class, we need to understand how the continuity is related to differentiability. That we need to learn, okay? First of all, I'd like to differential coefficient. First, we would like to discuss, or we can call it as a derivative of a function. Got the point? Okay. How to derive a derivative of a function? Okay. Concentrate on the board. The given function is y is equal to f of x. Okay. Derivative means a small change in the particular function. Okay. Here x is the domain, y is the range part. As there is a change in the domain, there must be change in the range. Okay. Let us x changes to x plus delta x, change in the domain. If change in the domain happens, means therefore then y changes to y plus delta y. Got the point clearly? What is the change in the function that I had write? Y changes to, come on, say y plus delta y. Got the point? Is equal to f of x will be changed as a f of x plus delta x. Okay. Now I'd like to call this equation as equation number 1. It is equation number 2. Now I need to understand what is the change happened in the range. Okay, means total range part, what is the change happened. Because of that reason, I'd like to take here equation 2 minus equation number 1. Means left part will be subtracted from the left part, right part will be subtracted from the right part. It will be y plus delta y minus y. Got the point? Left part will be subtracted from the left part, right part will be f of x plus delta x minus, okay, f of x. I think you understood the part. Okay, y will be cancelled. Okay, it is delta y is equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x. Delta y is nothing but a small change happened in the range. Because of what reason the change in the range happened? Because of the domain. Got the point clearly? That's why I need to take dividing throughout y. Dividing throughout by delta x. Because of the change in delta x, because of the change in the domain, there may be a change in the range. That's why I'd like to write the next step as a delta y by delta x is equal to, the right part will be f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. Whether you understood the part clearly? Okay, it is delta y by delta x. We are going to call this function as a incrementary ratio. What? Incrementary ratio. Incrementary ratio. Got the point clearly? This is called as what? Incrementary ratio. Getting my point clearly? Okay, this will be a delta x. Okay, now next, after this one, see, particularly see here, delta x is very small. How much small it is? Means in between 2 points there is very smallest distance. Like that, the distance is tending towards 0, means limiting factor will be there in between those 2 points. Like that, delta x is very small. That's why we are going to take a limit. Okay, taking limit as delta x tending to 0 on both sides it is. Okay, now I'd like to write this one as a limit of delta y by delta x tending to 0 is equal to, the right part will be limit of delta x tending to 0. What is the right part? It is f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. Got the point clearly? This delta y by delta x tending to 0, this is nothing but a, yes, it is dy by dx. It is what? Dy by dx. What is the right part? Limit of f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x tending to 0. Getting my point? It is nothing but a derivative of a function or differential coefficient of y with respect to x here. Getting my point clearly? Okay, we can denote this dy by dx in this manner also, dy by dx, or we can write d by dx of, okay, d by dx of, what is the y? Can you say y is nothing but a f of x? We can write like this also, okay. Sometimes we are going to write this one as a derivative of f of x will be f dash of x. These are the notations for the derivative of the function. Getting my point clearly? Is it okay? Now we have to take, let delta x is equal to h, and at x equal to a, x is a generalized point, a is a particular point, okay now. That's why it will be changed as, we are going to write this one as a f dash of, this f dash of, instead of x I need to write it as a is equal to, the next will be limit of f of, what is this x? X will be as a a plus, it is h, because delta x will be h, minus, what is f of x? It will be f of a divided by delta x will be as a h. Now delta x tending to 0 means it will be h tending to 0. Getting my point clearly? We are going to call this function as a f dash of a is the derivative of f of x. What? Derivative of f of x with respect to x at x is equal to a. Got the point clearly? Next will be differentiability of a function. In the last part, how the function will be continuous means LHL equal to RHL, and at that point, in the similar manner, differentiability of function, when the function is said to be differentiable means, the function is said to be differentiable means the right hand derivative is equal to left hand derivative. What? Left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. What is left hand derivative and right hand derivative? We have to understand this. Concentrate. See, for the particular domain value x, there will be a one function f of x. What is the right change? Means a small change, a positive increment. I'd like to take it as a x plus h. Got the point? As there is a change in the domain x plus h, f of x will be changed as a f of x plus h. Getting my point clearly? Okay, this is a right hand derivative. Now how I have to write the function? What is the change in the range happened? Yes, change in the range happened is f of x plus h minus what? Minus f of x. Means how the change in the happened in the range, that I am writing it as a f of x plus h minus f of x. Change in the range happened with respect to what? With respect to domain. That's why x plus h minus x domain, and this h is very small. That's why I'd like to define limit as h tending to 0. This is nothing but a r of f dash of x. Getting my point clearly? Is it okay? Then in this particular part, one more step I had to write here. It is limit of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by plus x minus x cancelled. It will be h tending to 0. Okay na? Whether you understood? Plus x minus x cancelled. Okay, this is a particular definition for the right hand derivative. Okay, in the similar manner, I'd like to define it is x for the left hand derivative. For the particular function x, we'll get f of x. Okay, then there is a decrement in the function. It will be x minus h. Getting my point clearly? In the f of x, there will be a decrement. It is f of x minus h. Getting my point clearly? Now I'd like to define L of f dash of x, left hand derivative. Means there is a decrement in the function. Okay, now concentrate on the board. It will be, what is a change in the range? It will be f of x is larger. That's why I'd like to write it as a f of x minus f of x minus h divided by what? Change in the range means x minus h, larger value minus smaller value, limit as h tending to 0. Here plus x minus x will be cancelled. Now that plus x minus x will be cancelled. Minus of minus, it will be a plus h. Getting the point clearly? Plus x minus x will be cancelled. It is a left hand derivative. This is right hand derivative. To check whether the function is differentiable or not. When the function is differentiable, whenever right hand derivative is equal to left hand derivative. Okay. Next theorem is, if a function f of x is differentiable at x equal to a, means it must be continuous at x equal to a. Means every differentiable function must be continuous. Getting my point clearly? I'd like to define now what is differentiable function or a derivative of a function. F of x is differentiable at x equal to a, that is f dash of a is equal to limit of f of x minus f of a divided by x minus a as x tending to a. It is nothing but a derivative of a function at x is equal to a. Now I'd like to define a continuous function. Okay, consider how I'm going to define a continuous function. Concentrate on the board. It is limit of f of x as x tending to a is equal to f of a. Okay, now I'd like to write this function, this positive f of a on left hand side. If positive f of a on left hand side, it will become minus, this is equal to 0. Okay, instead of writing 0, I'd like to write the same function once again. Limit of f of x minus f of a. Okay, here also as x tending to a. Whether you're getting my point? Left hand and right hands are same or not? I defined the continuity of the function. Now I'd like to define, now to get this derivative of a function, what I need to do this with this equation, limit as x tending to a, let it be f of x minus f of a divided by x minus a. Okay, now I divided x minus a extra, that's why I'm multiplying x minus a. Getting my point clearly? Now what is the limit rule? Whenever a limit is applied to a multiple function, you can apply limit of first function and limit of second function. I'd like to write limit of x tending to a, it will be nothing but a yes f of okay f of x minus f of a divided by x minus a. Got the point clearly? Limit applied to second function, limit of x minus a as x tending to a now. Okay, then this is nothing but a derivative of a function, differentiable function at x equal to a, means this will be replaced by f dash of a. Here x is replaced by a, it will be a minus a. What is a minus a? 0. 0 into anything will be 0. Means what we understood is every differentiable function must be continuous. Getting my point? And one more thing you need to note down, that is every differentiable function must be continuous, but every continuous function need not be differentiable. Next we have to observe is list of formulae one by one. Derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. Derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. Derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. Derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x log a to the base e. Derivative of log x is 1 by x. Now derivative of sin x is, what is the derivative of sin x? Cos of x. Okay, derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Okay, ninth one, derivative of tan x. What is the derivative of tan x? Secant square x. Derivative of secant x will be secant x into tan x. Derivative of cot x will be cot minus cosecant square x. 12th one, d by dx, derivative of cosecant x is equal to minus cosecant x into cot x. Derivative for the product rule is u derivative of v plus v derivative of u. Okay. Now derivative of u by v, quotient rule will be denominator square v square, v derivative of u minus u derivative of v. Got it? The next aspect is derivative of inverse trigonometric function. Okay. First one is y is equal to sine inverse of x. How to find the derivative of sine inverse of x? Let it be x as it is, sine inverse on left hand side, it will be a sine y. Understood clearly? Now differentiating with respect to y, not with respect to y. X with respect to y is dx by dy. Whether you understood properly? Okay, what is the derivative of sine y? It is cos y. Getting my point? After that, taking reciprocal, it will be dy by dx is equal to cos y will be 1 by cos y. Getting my point clearly? After this one, I'd like to write, let it be dy by dx as it is 1 divided by, how I had to write cos y? We can write this one as a square root of 1 minus sine square y, because 1 minus sine square is cos square, square root cancel, it will be cos y. Understood properly? Then it will be d by dx of, what is the y function? What is y? It is sine inverse of x is equal to 1 divided by square root of, let it be 1 as it is minus as it is. What is sine y? Sine y is x, sine square is x square. It is derivative of sine inverse of x. Next one is y is equal to cos inverse of x. In the similar manner, x, let it be as it is, cos inverse on left hand side, it will be cos y. Okay. Differentiating with respect to y. What is x with respect to y? Dx by dy is equal to cos y derivative. Yes, exactly. Cos y derivative is minus sine y. Okay. After this one, taking reciprocal, it will be what? Dy by dx is equal to minus 1 divided by sine y. Getting my point? Now I need to write sine y in terms of cos. How to write? Dy by dx is equal to minus 1 as it is. How to write sine y? Square root of 1 minus cos square y. 1 minus cos square is sine square. Square root cancel. We got sine y. Okay. In the next step, d by dx of, what is the function y? Y is nothing but a cos inverse of x is equal to minus 1 divided by square root of, let it be 1 as it is, minus as it is. What is cos y? Cos y is x. Here it is cos square, x square. It is derivative of cos inverse of x. Next one is y is equal to tan inverse of x. Means x is equal to, yes, exactly, tan y. Yes, in the similar manner, differentiating with respect to y. What is x with respect to y? Dx by dy. What is tan y derivative? Yes, secant square y. In the similar manner, taking reciprocal, dx by dy, taking reciprocal 1 divided by secant square y. Now I'd like to write secant square in terms of tan. How to write secant square in terms of tan? It is dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by, how to write secant square? 1 plus tan square y. 1 plus tan square is secant square, 1 plus tan square will be secant square. It will be d by dx of, what is y? Yes, y is tan y. Tan x, y is tan inverse of x. Okay, is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus, what is tan square y? Tan y is x, tan square is x square. It is derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 divided by 1 plus x square. Next one is y is equal to cot inverse of x. What is x equal to? Yes, it is cot of y. Differentiating with respect to x. Okay, na? It will be dx by dy. What is the derivative of cot? Minus cosecant square of y. Okay, na? Taking reciprocal, it will be dy by dx is equal to minus 1 divided by cosecant square y. Whether you understood properly? After this one, dy by dx is equal to, try to write cosecant square in terms of cot. Cosecant square in terms of cot means 1 plus cot square y. 1 plus cot square is cosecant square. Okay. D by dx of what is y value, you need to say. What is y value? Y is nothing but a cot inverse of x. It will be minus 1 divided by 1 plus, what is cot y? Cot y is x. Cot square means x square. The derivative of cot inverse of x is minus 1 divided by 1 plus x square. Next one is y is equal to secant inverse of x. X is equal to secant of y. Differentiating with respect to y. Okay. X with respect to y, dx by dy. What is secant y derivative? Secant y into tan y. Got the point clearly? Secant x derivative, secant x into tan x. Okay, na? Taking reciprocal, dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by secant of y tan y. Got it? Now, dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by, let it be secant as it is. Now, try to write tan in terms of secant. It will be very simple. 1 plus tan square is secant square. It will be a secant square y minus 1. What is secant square y? Secant square y minus 1 will be tan square y. Square square cancel. We got tan y. Got it? Then d by dx of what is the value of y? What is the value of y? Y is nothing but a secant inverse of x. It will be 1 divided by, what is secant y? Secant y is x square root of, what is secant square? Means x square minus 1. This is the secant inverse of x. Formula is 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1. Next one is y is equal to cosecant inverse of x. Now, how to find the derivative of this function? X equal to cosecant of y, differentiating with respect to y. Okay, with respect to y, it is dx by dy. Got it? Then cosecant y derivative will be minus cosecant y into cot of y. Got it? Is there any doubt in this one? Okay, taking a reciprocal, dy by dx is equal to this minus 1 divided by cosecant y into cot of y. Got it? Then it will be dy by dx is equal to minus 1 divided by, let it be cosecant as it is. How to write cot in terms of cosecant? 1 plus cot square is cosecant, means cosecant square y minus 1. What is cosecant square minus 1? Cot square, square square cancel, cot y. Okay, na? Then d by dx of what is the y value? Y is cosecant inverse of x is equal to minus 1 divided by, what is cosecant y? It is x square root of x square minus 1. This is the formula for a cosecant inverse of x. Remember all these formula which will be helpful for the next part. Okay, thank you.